Today, what do we got going on? We are going to change 3 things that I use on a regular basis on the inside of the truck. All right, let's get this party started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to swap out the steering wheel. Yes, I know, I'm putting another different steering wheel in the Gen 2 Raptor, but that's because the people over at Tesville wanted to send me a different color one and a little bit different style one, and I think at this point they just enjoy me swapping my steering wheels all the time and trying out different ones for them. So right now I am currently rocking the Double D style orange stitch steering wheel from Tesville, and that's going to be the flat top, the flat bottom, but they wanted to send me this one, which is going to be the single D white stitched. Now let's pull this guy off. So you're going to see the top is round, bottom is flat. We got the carbon fiber trim piece, which just adds another piece of elegance to this whole setup. You don't lose your heated element if you have it. Both of my steering wheels have the heated element. It's got a little plug, it just plugs in. Now in the Gen 1 Raptor, it doesn't have the heating element, but that's because it didn't come factory with it, and I don't believe you can put it in there at all, so don't even attempt it. But we are currently rocking the red stitched in the Gen 1. And these really don't take that long to install. Like when I do an install video, that takes me a little while because I have to literally refocus, change all my views up, stuff like that. But if I'm just swapping it kind of like I am today, it's probably going to take me a whole whopping 30 minutes. It's pretty simple. And we are sitting at 45 minutes. All things considered, that wasn't that bad. If I didn't even do the camera angles that I did, I probably could have shaved off another like 5-10 minutes. So it's pretty simple to swap one of these out. The white stitching with the black carbon fiber just offsets the whole like aesthetics in the truck very, very well. Very pumped on switching over to the white wheel. But the next thing on our docket is going to be those atrocious floor mats. Those are the factory Raptor ones. Yeah, they say Raptor, but the only thing that I don't like with them is the fact that they don't come out all the way. You can see Iowa winter has definitely roasted my truck, especially on the driver's side. It is what it is. It's my daily driver. I'm sure everybody's vehicle gets like this. We got the truck decent. So we picked up the 3W floor liners. Just the reviews alone on Amazon, there's like 1,800 reviews, 5 stars. So if that tells you guys anything, plus these are actually like pretty affordable. Like there's the other brands that cost a lot more. They're like really stiff. You'll try to clean them and then you'll be like, hey, well, I'll just put like plastic shiner, tire shiner on it. Yeah, and that shines them up, but then they're like slick, you slip. These are the way. These are the front and rear floor mats from 3W. And then the other item that I picked up is gonna be the floor liner, but it's for the bed. So it's basically a bed mat. Let's go ahead and get these guys pulled out. Now, the one thing that I do like with the 3W liner, okay, so they are doing something that no one else has really been doing, at least not that I've seen. Now, not only do these snap into place in your OEM spots, but it's got this carpeted piece right here that snaps onto those. So you can choose to run it just like this, or throw this guy on, snap it on, and now your feet aren't gonna slide around. That's actually pretty cool that they did this. And I'd say these floor mats are the most abused thing on this truck. And I don't know when the dog got here. When'd you get here? Unsnap these guys, get them out of the way. Grab our 3W floor liner. And it's just a drop-in fit. And what I love is how it now overlaps, covers way more behind the foot pedal, just way more coverage. The fact that it's got the lock points for the OEM spots, that's the key thing. And the reason the locking points matter is because like now, it doesn't slide around. Because if you don't lock those in, it slides around. You gotta have that. For the rear one, see how this one kind of doesn't go all the way. Like it doesn't go all the way up there. Back here, not as big of a deal because the seat doesn't go down, but I just don't like how this OEM one fits. Like, it could fit a lot better than what it does. Much better. This thing literally covers, like, the whole back floor. Like, this even has a lip, and I think you could just leave the lip so it's up against this. I took the whole lip throughout the whole thing, so it's literally the whole back seat is covered, and that's why I like these, because they are 3D laser cut. They are literally form fit for the F-150s and the Raptors. Next up, bed liner, bed mat, bed liner mat. This is the 3W bed mat, and I also have Jeep parts back here that my friend Nate still hasn't got from me. Nate, if you're watching this, get your Jeep parts. Let's just get the Jeep parts out of here. And I really need to clean this carpet liner. Like, it needs vacuumed, pressure washed, but it's cold out and I'm not doing that right now. Now we're just gonna give this thing like a good solid day to get all those creases out, just because being folded up, that's where those are from. They're all gonna come out. It is a pretty tight fit with the carpet liner because this thing's designed to go in the bed with nothing on it. So this carpet liner adds a little, thickness to it, and this thing is 100% laser cut to fit perfectly. It might not fit 100% with the carpet liner, but I'm still gonna run it. Eventually, I'm probably just gonna remove this, but this thing is gonna be nice. And I don't keep anything in my truck that annoys me or is cheap. So the fact that these protect the whole interior, they stay. If you wanna check them out, the 3W floor mats link will be down in the description. This next mod is something that you don't really think about until it's not there, or maybe you're in somebody else's car and you realize they have like a dedicated phone mount. But I like these. These are the TacForm system dash mounts. And if you guys follow along, you know I've been running the TacForm system dash mounts for quite some time. Pretty much every part on these are aluminum. I'm rocking the MagSafe style right now. Snaps on perfectly. They have a couple different options. I was rocking this guy, which is kind of like the jaw slash clamp. But here's what we're changing. TacForm just released this new MagSafe adapter, which is a wireless car charger. So pretty much every adapter is going to be a RAM style mount, which works perfect because these things don't go nowhere. I don't have a wireless charger set up right now because I've been holding off for this guy. It has a built-in fan, so there's like fins, the fan turns on. So that's just one of the unique things. The other thing is, so say you have an iPhone 17 Pro Max. The new 17 Pro Max charges up to like 45 watts, which is the highest. If you have the iPhone 16, I think those cap out at like 30 watts. But what's cool about these is you're going to be able to utilize 45 watts of charging if you have an iPhone 17. If you don't, you're still going to utilize the most wattage you can out of your phone, but it's just cool that I can now do 45 watts because there's times that I'm in here and say I do need to charge my phone and I plug it into my USBs. I just feel like it doesn't charge it that fast. To where this at 45 watts, I think this is going to put a 50% charge on my phone in like 20 minutes. So you're going to get three things. You're going to get the actual MagSafe adapter, and this looks really, really quality. Even this charger is made out of aluminum, and it's got 3 ports, so it's going to have 2 USB-Cs, 1 USB-A. There's 3 different modes with that. So you have default mode, which is just plug and play, charging and cooling, so it's going to cool while charging the whole time. The second mode, cooling only, so double press the function button. That's going to put you to where the fan's on, but you're not charging. Third one, charging mode only, so you're going to press and hold the function button for 3 seconds. That's going to put you into charging with the fan turned off. Overall, pretty unique little charging system that they have going on over there. I just have mine plugged in right here, and I just kind of routed the cable because it's short enough just down below, so it's actually kind of clean. It's out of the way, but otherwise you can just throw it down in your glove box and the cord is still plenty long enough. But I think this actually works pretty good. And I also have the same setup in the Gen 1. Gen 1's a little bit different of a bracket. I actually had to work with TacForm on getting me something made, and I believe they call this like the Picatinny, something like that. It's the same as the Gen 2 though. It just double side adhesives on, and you don't have to screw nothing in. It actually fits really well. And I'll link these down below, the whole Gen 2 setup, the whole Gen 1 setup, because a lot of people are always asking me what my dash system is, so this will just help you guys out. That's just 3 items. That completes this truck because I'm in this thing day in and day out between work, YouTube, I'm always out and about. So I just like to have my truck set up the way I like it. Love these steering wheels. These are absolutely quality. Now I've got full protection from the floor mats, and I've got my wireless charging set up on point. Links will be down below. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.